Yo, what is going on YouTube? It is your boy GZTV. We are back with another video, and we are here Wednesday, April 9th. We are back again with some NBA. Sorry, my drawers open. I look like a damn slop. But we had a couple of games on tonight. You know, the Heat played the Bulls. We had the Trailblazers Jazz game ended up being pretty good. We had the Spurs Warriors, and we have the Nuggets and the Kings. About 4 games to get into, and then we'll kind of preview some of the games tomorrow. Again, college basketball is out for the season, so we're just going to cover the NBA for the rest of the season. This is the last week. There actually isn't a game on Saturday. And just some quick news for the channel. I just dropped my 2 Hollis album review, and I'm working on getting my notes together for my Minecraft album review. No, Minecraft movie review. I will probably be recording that at some point tomorrow. I do have a decent amount of homework, so we'll have to see. Again, expect videos every 3 to 4 days. I'm probably not going to drop as often as I would in the summer. You guys should kind of know that by now. I have less than a month left of school left, so we'll just have to see what kind of happens. But we're going to talk here. Heat Bulls started off. Josh Giddey absolutely dominates. 28 points, 16 rebounds, 11 assists. The Bulls beat the Heat by 8 points. Josh Giddey having an absolute breakout season, and I can't say that I necessarily expected that out of him, but I drafted him in fantasy for a reason. Insane scoring, insane rebounding, playmaking. He's doing everything for this Bulls team. And again, 37 and 43. People tend to look at the Bulls like they're a terrible team, but man, you gotta give them some credit, dude. They really climbed back a little bit this season. Heavy seeding implications in this game. I mean, these two were neck and neck in the play-in, so this is a big time for the Bulls to get this win. And Josh Giddey really showed up when it mattered. Even playing some defense as well for this team. He was all over the court. Really good basketball. Tyler Herro had a wide open layup on a fast break and just decided to shoot a 3. I'm not really sure what that was about. The Heat have had all sorts of different mishaps this year. I mean, to be fair, the Bulls have too, but they've looked way better doing that. Obviously Khalil Ware's athletic and he's a threat at the rim, but yeah, really good defense from the Bulls, especially guys like Nikola Vucevic. You look at the Heat, Tyler Herro kind of had to do everything in this game. He had 30 points, he shot 50%, and no one else was really out there to help. And just Alec Burks, he's a decent three-point shooter, but man, he is just not efficient. And they made the adjustment. They brought Davion Mitchell into the game, seeing Alec Burks playing the way he was. I don't fucking know. There's not a lot of redeeming qualities to him. Again, he's a pretty good three-point shooter, but he's not very efficient anywhere else. He plays good on-ball defense, but man, so does Davion Mitchell. So they brought him off the bench. They made the adjustment. It's just, Alec Burks is Alec Burks. I don't know. You look at the Bulls, 20 points, 11 rebounds for Vucevic. He shot 50% from 3, 60% overall. You get a 22-point performance from Kevin Huerter, who's been a pretty underrated pickup for this Bulls team lately. My God, man. Josh Giddey, 28 points, 11 assists, 16 rebounds while shooting 50% from the three-point line. He's good as hell, man. He's gonna have a great career, I think, and I'm rooting for the guy, seriously. I know he's had all those scandals and you shouldn't be rooting for him or what the fuck ever. I don't care. He's a great basketball player. He does mostly, if not everything, pretty well, dude. Trailblazers, Jazz, we'll get into this. Again, 2 teams that it doesn't really matter at this point because we've kind of secured the playoff seeding, but Kyle Filipowski scores 30. So it's cool to see college legends go into the NBA and play like that. The Jazz won by 7 in OT against the Trailblazers. Kyle Filipowski, great scoring. He had the dunk that sent the game into overtime, and he had an insane night on the boards as well. It's just games like this can kind of show the potential of young guys like that, and that's always fun to talk about. The Jazz snapped a 9-game losing streak with this one, and again, with how bad of a season they're having, they've had all sorts of those all year. And they get the win. Huge run in overtime. 10-0 run in overtime as well. Just firing up the crowd, making the hustle plays when it mattered. Shout out to the Jazz for this one. Yeah, Kyle Filipowski's a dog. Nice plays. Oscar Tshiebwe getting in there and getting some highlights. Again, another college legend on the other side of the Blue Bloods, obviously. I think Filipowski went to Duke, right? Filipowski went to Duke. Oscar Tshiebwe went to Kentucky, but pretty good basketball here. I mean, you get a 37-point performance for Shaedon Sharpe, who's had a pretty awesome, what is it, his junior year in the NBA, basically. I don't think he's his second year. I think he's third year, yeah. 37 points, shooting 6 for 12 from 3, 50%. Frankly, that is very impressive. I don't know. I guess Chris Murray kind of gave him some empty minutes off the bench. He could have played a little better. He shot 0 for 4 from 3. Yeah, I don't know. There's not really much to his game. Decent on-ball defender. Yeah. Chris Murray definitely could have provided more, and that's just like a depth thing. That's just a development thing with this team. But you look at the Jazz, 30 points, 18 rebounds. I do think the Trailblazers played pretty good, by the way. 30 points and 18 rebounds for Kyle Filipowski while shooting 40% from 3. 22 points for Bryce Sensabaugh. He also had a great game, 60% three-point shooting. And 17 points, 10 rebounds for Oscar Tshiebwe while shooting 50%. Again, love seeing him kind of coming off the bench and getting some minutes because he might become a rotational piece with performances like this, and that's great to see. So moving on here, we got the Spurs and the Warriors. Man, the Spurs really spoiled this one for the Warriors. This is a bad game for the Warriors to lose. You're playing a team that is like 3 or 4 games, even like at this point in the season, out of the playoffs. Okay, man, Harrison Barnes switches a three-pointer at the buzzer. The Spurs stun the Warriors with a 3-point win. It's got to be kind of demoralizing for the Warriors because you could really, you're going to probably make the playoffs. I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up, but you really want to fight for seeding at this point. That really matters in the West. Because that's the difference between playing a team like the Grizzlies. Well, the Grizzlies, I guess, wouldn't be too bad. The difference between playing say the Rockets right now and playing like the Kings, that makes a difference, seriously. But Harrison Barnes made a 3-pointer at the buzzer after committing a foul moments earlier that could have cost his team. He kind of redeemed himself in the final seconds of the game, and they stun him, get the win. Shout out to Harrison Barnes, a veteran who's actually had a really good stretch, really good going at it recently. Jonathan Kuminga, he's going to be a lob threat. He makes it tough. He's a very athletic player. But yeah, man, Harrison Barnes hit some shots, made for some really good basketball, and that's just the man of the hour right now. He put up 20 points. He shot 67%. What more do you want the guy to do? 21 points out of Stephon Castle, who's been playing pretty good recently. Keldon Johnson also had 21 off the bench, so they have a decent young core, of course. They just got to wait for Victor Wembanyama and De'Aaron Fox. I'm pretty excited for the future of this team next year. You just got to get your core together, and that's really all it's going to take, I think. You look at the Warriors, 28 points for Jimmy Butler, made both of his threes. You get a 30-point performance out of Steph Curry, who shot 50%. It's just kind of the in-between guys like Moses Moody, Brandon Podziemski, just not shooting the ball particularly well. And obviously they have Jonathan Kuminga. They have Buddy Hield to kind of pick up the scraps and come off the bench and do that. I don't know what makes them think Moses Moody and Brandon Podziemski should get more minutes than Buddy Hield and Jonathan Kuminga. I think Steve Kerr is tripping on that. That's a problem, I think. I think it really is just does come down to some rotational stuff. But we're going to move on to the final game I want to talk about of the night, and that is the Nuggets and the Kings game. Another pretty big game for seeding. There's a lot of stuff on the line. Nikola Jokic has his 32nd triple-double of the season to lead the Nuggets past the Kings by 8. This is Denver's first game without Malone, so it's nice to get the win. I could make literally a full separate video about the whole Mike Malone situation. I'm going to choose not to. Man, the guy won you a championship 2 years ago, and was it 3, 2? I don't remember. It was 2 years ago. It was in 2023, right? And you go out there and you fire him. I understand the general manager because, hey, that guy didn't really bring anyone in the span that he was there. But Mike Malone, that's the best coach this franchise has ever had, and you were firing him with 3 or 4 games left in the season. I don't get it. Great game for Nikola Jokic, again, just doing a little bit of everything, scoring, rebounding, passing at a very high level. And yeah, shout out to Nikola Jokic, just doing everything, doing what he does best. Jalen Pickett had a really good shooting night from 3. That's a rotational piece that they can kind of carry into next season and maybe even see what he's got in the playoffs. I feel like Jalen Pickett could definitely have that Christian Brown type of impact from last year. Malone got fired, so Nikola Jokic said, you know what, let me coach the team. They had an interim coach, but Jokic was definitely taking over a lot more in the huddle than he usually would. The Kings made it tough down the stretch. They were hitting some threes to start the fourth, but, Russell Westbrook going coast to coast, hitting tough shots. Really good game for the Nuggets, man. 21 points for Aaron Gordon. You get 21 points out of a Michael Porter Jr. who shot 50% overall. 20 points, 11 assists, 12 rebounds out of Nikola Jokic. 25 points for Christian Braun, who ended up shooting 60% from 3, 75% overall. This team looks great. Like, I think the coaching change will obviously take its course, and it will obviously have some implications and have impact on how the Nuggets perform. But they look pretty good in this game. You look at the Kings, you get 13 points and 12 rebounds out of Domantas Sabonis, who shot a 60%. 22 points for DeMar DeRozan, albeit not the greatest shooting night, but still he was putting the ball in the bucket. 27 points, 11 assists from Zach LaVine, who shot 50% overall. And then you get 20 points from Keon Ellis. Honestly, I think the Kings played pretty good in this game. I guess they could have got a little more out of some of their bench guys. Like, they're not super deep. Like, Devin Carter's coming off the bench and playing a lot. I guess maybe give Doug McDermott more minutes over because he's a veteran. I don't even fucking know what the Kings do. They don't have Markelle Fultz, or they didn't play Markelle Fultz. They didn't play Jay Crowder. They don't have Malik Monk, so I guess that kind of creates some problems. Getting into tomorrow's stuff, though, April 10th, we have some pretty dope games coming up. Knicks are playing the Pistons tomorrow. We also have the Cavs squaring off against the Pacers. And the Timberwolves and the Grizzlies will close it out on TNT. Really good basketball coming up tomorrow. Cannot wait. If there's any good games on tomorrow, which I'm sure there's going to be a couple of close games, we will be here to cover it on the channel, but I am out. It has been your boy, GZTV. I promise I will try to get on it with the Minecraft movie review because I want to cover that. I think that was a really fun movie, a really fun experience. I don't think it was the greatest movie, like pound for pound in the world, but hey, I'm excited to talk about it. Ken Carson's dropping this Friday.